What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be going over my 5 main strategies for how I plan to hike the entire PCT in 60 days. The 5 main strategies that I'm going to be focusing on is food, my endurance training, lightweight gear, a little bit of luck, and the right decision making from start to finish. Starting first with food, my goal with every meal is going to be to get in as many calories as possible. Hiking up to 45 miles per day is going to, of course, take a lot of calories in order to sustain that kind of effort. So I'm going to be having to get in at least 1,000 calories per meal, and I'm going to be trying to aim to eat 4 meals throughout the day. I plan to mainly focus on different sort of meal and nutrition bars. I tend to focus on a lot of nut butters. I'm going to be using like coconut oil packets and things like that to get in some extra calories. I'm also going to be using a lot of dried fruits and nut mixes. And that's going to be where I'm going to get a lot of my bulk of my calories through the day. And then I plan to cook or cold soak at night, and just mainly doing that one time at the end of the night, so that way if I have to cook, I can cook while I'm setting up camp and things like that. And then that way throughout the day I can stay moving fast and just eating, whether it's bars or the nut butters or the nut mixes, things like that, that's easy to grab and I can eat along on the go. I also plan to use a couple supplements throughout the hike. So I will be taking a greens powder throughout the hike. I'm going to be taking a protein powder, and I will be taking a multivitamin every day through my hike. And I'm also going to use a hydration mix to mix in with the water just to give me a little extra electrolytes and calories as I'm going. I'm still not 100% sure on all the brands that I'll be using for my supplements and my food. I'll be making a video later on down the road where I'll be going over exactly what I'm going to be taking when I'm going out on the trail. So look forward for that, and that'll have all the details and exactly the type of brands and the exactly type of supplements that I'll be taking with me. And this strategy for food will allow me to stay lightweight. I'll be able to keep all my food together in one small pack, and then that way it's going to keep my weight down. Most of my food I'll be able to pull and eat along the go. So I think this is just going to make for a quick trip, easy food, and then that way if I'll save any cooking or any like bigger meals for the night, where I'll be able to sit down and I'll be able to actually enjoy my meal and cook if I need to. My next major strategy is my endurance training. I've been a competitive martial artist my entire life, mainly competing in boxing and wrestling, 2 sports that require tremendous endurance. As I've shifted my focus to trail running, the endurance that I've built up over my time as a boxer and a wrestler has really allowed me to hit the ground running. So my goal is going to be mainly to keep my trail running to help build my overall endurance and make sure my body is able to kind of withstand the amount of pounding that I'll take after hiking 45 miles a day in order to complete this trail in 60 days. So 45 miles is quite a challenge, especially every day over the course of 60 days, no breaks, no days off. That's going to be a huge undertaking, and one that I'm going to make sure my body is well prepared and ready to go, so that whenever I get out there I can hit the ground running. So I'm mainly going to be focusing on making sure my trail running is really kind of supplementing my endurance and making sure that my legs and my body is going to be able to withstand that kind of mileage. And then I'm using a lot of different lifts with kettlebells and different sorts of equipment and stretching, so that I can make sure I'm strengthening the right little muscles in my body, and then also making sure that I'm building a good foundation and I'm stretching all the right muscles so that my body is in the best of alignment and in the best of shape for whenever I get out onto the trail. My next major strategy is going to be focusing on light and lightweight gear. For this hike, I plan to use the lightest gear I can find at the most affordable price, and that's going to start with my lightweight book bag, although my book bag is probably a little bigger for how fast I'll be planning on moving. I have a 58-liter Osprey bag that I'll be taking. I think this will be perfect because I'm used to bigger bags, especially with, being an athlete my entire life and surfing and things like that. I'm used to carrying a lot of equipment and a lot of things with me from place to place. So I'm used to a bigger book bag. I like the way it felt whenever I had it on me, so that's the one I'm going to go with. I enjoy a little bit of a bigger bag, and it still feels good and is aerodynamic enough to help me stay fast. I'll be using a very lightweight sleep system, including a lightweight tent that's just over a pound, and even a lightweight quilt too as well. I'll be using a down quilt. So these lightweight sleep systems, my light cookware, which is going to be my little small stove, along with the little gas can, that's pretty much all I'll be taking for my sleep system, and my book bag and my cooking. So basically from that it's just food and then a couple pairs of clothes, and I'm kind of good to go and out the door. With all my gear, I'm planning on having a total pack weight of somewhere around 20 to 25 pounds. I think this will be just the right amount of weight for me, where I can stay fast but have everything I need as I travel anywhere from 3 to 5 days before I hit my resupply. So going into my resupply strategies, I'm going to have resupply packages mailed to me along the trail. This is going to be the easiest way for me to make sure I have the food that I need in order to stay fast, and also to make sure that I'm only carrying what I need at the time that I need it. So throughout the trail, I could be anywhere from in the desert to up on the top of a 12,000 foot mountain. So I have sometimes throughout the trail, I can kind of drop some things that I don't need and pick up some things that I do. I'll be looking to pick up somewhere around 15-ish, give or take a few packages along the entire trail. So I think with this, it'll give me somewhere between 3 and 5 days between each resupply. And with that, I think that'll be the perfect amount so I can stay light, stay fast, and have everything I need and make sure I'm safe along the way. My next strategy is luck. I'd be foolish to think that luck wouldn't play a role in such a big of a task as trying to hike the entire PCT in 60 days. I completely understand that, there are some things that are going to be completely out of my control, and luck is going to play its factor. I'm just going to have to go out there knowing that I've prepared as much as possible, knowing that my preparation is really going to help diminish any need for luck that I will have, but that hopefully I got to go out there with a positive mindset and a good mentality that luck is going to fall my way, and just kind of focus on the things that I can control, and hope that when I get faced with the things that are out of my control, that luck falls in my favor so that I'm able to complete this hike. My last and probably the most important strategy that I'm focusing on is decision making. The success of completing the entire PCT in 60 days lies between me and a shit ton of right decisions from start to finish. All the experiences in my life so far, all the adventures, all the exploration, all the traveling, all the times out in nature, these are all the things that have prepared me to make the right decisions in the right time. So I'm going to use all of these experiences and really make sure that when I'm out there, I'm thinking straight, I'm thinking clear. That's going to be the main success for this entire hike, is that if I can pull together making all the right decisions over the course of the entire 60 days and really staying focused, that is going to be the best chance I have at actually completing this goal and making sure that I reach that 60-day mark. I truly trust my abilities to make the right decisions at the right times, so I think this is going to be one of my strongest attributes going into this hike. So those are my 5 main strategies for completing the entire PCT in 60 days. I'm curious to know what you guys think about my plan, and if you think I'll be able to pull it off in the 60 days, or if you think I'm way off the mark. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think. And make sure to like, follow, share, and of course subscribe to keep up with my journey. Thank you for your support, and I look forward to seeing you guys out on the trail this summer.